Hey there, how are you? I hope that all is well and everything is absolutely amazing on your end. Welcome back. This is your Light in Darkness, and I am back again with another beautiful reading and amazing insights for all of you once again. So, today I see here that a decision has been made or is in the process of getting finalized by your person regarding the associations, connections, projects, ventures, and people they have or had in their life, which caused them to drift away from you, which caused them to turn into an immature, toxic, unreliable individual, which caused them to do things and make blunders they were unable to fix and rectify. They've realized or are realizing right now that it's because they were listening to wrong individuals. It's because they were paying attention to unnecessary things and biased opinions of other people. They brought enormous hurt to you and did you wrong, which brings in a lot of guilt, a lot of remorse and regret within their heart. They're realizing that the more they listened to these people, the more they acted upon their commands or demands, the more they tried to please these people and do as they suggested, the more failures, sorrows, suffering and losses they brought in their life. I saw number 333 right when I said that. I see them finally reaching to this conclusion. I see them finally realizing this and drawing a judgment, making a decision that it's time to put an end to these connections and move on, walk away for good from these people and these associations towards something that's noble, something that teaches them righteousness and integrity, something that leads them towards God instead of causing separation. As these people, these associations, these connections, these projects were taking them away from their own divinity and were causing them to do things which no one should do, which were totally negative and toxic in nature. They are realizing this. Either they are receiving divine guidance or there is something happening with them. Maybe it's their own intuition or the learning they're receiving from their experiences that is helping them understand that they need to change. They need to bring in a positive change. And they are willing to do that right now, which is not easy, which is actually easier said than done, as the people involved are toxic, negative, ridiculous, malicious, and furious in nature. They knew very well that it's not going to be easy, or are realizing this at present as they make attempts to take stand for themselves or put their guard up. They are realizing that these people are acting up or flipping out on them as they are not able to handle the changes, or they do not want your person to change. So there is difficulty there, there is struggle there, there is torment there, which they know that they need to face in order to come out clean or bring in a positive change. I don't see your presence here as much as I see your person having aha moments, realizations, and some learning experiences. I just see that they now want to show up for themselves. I just see that they now want to do the right thing. I just see that they're seeing these people for who they are and were all along, or the nature of these connections. They're seeing that though these people show as if they are the most religious of people, their actions reflect exactly opposite of that. They have no sense of what they do and say. They do not care how their actions affect other people or their lives. They do not care about other people's emotions. All they care about is having fun, gaining pleasure, accumulating wealth and prosperity. That's all they wanted, and that's exactly what they made your person choose, which didn't bring anything except suffering and sorrows in their life. So they are realizing this because the consequences became apparent or are becoming apparent day by day. They're seeing that it's because of these people or these associations they had. They were acting in a completely reckless and careless of manner. They became completely frivolous with their ways, with their decisions and choices. These people didn't care about any of it. These people didn't care how it would affect you, your connection, or their life in the long run. All they cared about is having fun. All they cared about is going on parties, trips, or vacations. All they cared about was if your person is sleeping around or not, wandering around or not, having flings or not, dating or not. Because that's what they believe in, that's what they wanted, and that's possibly they do as well in their lives. So your person realized or came to a conclusion that that's not the best way to live one's life. The best way is to choose God's word and live according to what God commands and delivers. They realized that one needs to be compassionate, one needs to be thoughtful, one needs to have and show maturity. They realized that one cannot act so mindlessly and expect miracles to take place, because it always leads to one or the other disaster coming in. They realized this, or are realizing it right now. It is indeed a big thing and a big milestone you guys have achieved here. I see here that maybe they are following your lead, or your light is drawing them in, especially if you are working on yourself, if you've taken up a spiritual path, if you're learning about yourself, if you are showing up for yourself or for other people, if you're leading your life as a positive example, if you're preaching God's word and real spiritual knowledge. I see maybe because of that it's happening, but doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to go that way. It might just be happening because now they can see the consequences of their own decisions, choices and actions they made because of these people or under their influence. I see here that they were completely ignorant about what they were doing. They became completely careless and thoughtless when they were with these people. They were acting in ways an immature teenager would act, not knowing, not caring about what lies ahead. But sooner things changed. Sooner they started to see the consequences and the outcomes of their actions, choices and decisions. They thought that by living the way these people were suggesting them to live, by living the way these people were telling them to live, they'll be able to find peace, they'll be able to move on from you or from whatever was bothering them. They thought that they'll have fun, they'll have a happy outcome, a happy life. Instead, I see that they attracted so much negativity, so much toxicity and failures. They started to doubt their own self and their choices and decisions, which is what is leading them to make a conclusive choice here that it's time to put an end to these toxic connections because they aren't serving them and won't ever. They've had enough of experiences proving that. They've had enough of outcomes showing up, proving that they won't get away with it. They won't find any success. They won't find any peace. They won't find any fun. They won't have that happily ever after they were imagining or assuming because these people suggested that or assured that. It ain't happening. It won't happen because the path they chose was not right. It was wrong, completely wrong. It was taking them towards a living hell. They saw a glimpse of it, and that's something which made them realize that no, these people are wrong. These people were suggesting them to do all the wrong things. These people's associations are not right for them. They shouldn't be hanging around or hanging out with such sort of people. They shouldn't be in such sort of connections. It's time to change. It's time to bring in a change, which is again difficult because these are not the kind of people who take no for an answer so easily. Instead, they'd make things difficult for other people who'd show signs of change or who'd show that they don't want to associate themselves because they take it personally. They think that it's disrespect, it's dishonor. They were taken for granted and they cannot let it slide so easily. So they make things difficult for people who show that there's something wrong with them, who actually show them mirror. They cannot handle that. They cannot deal with it positively. They cannot accept it because they think that they are holier than others, they are cooler than others, they are superior than others. they don't care about right or wrong. They don't care about positive or negative. All they care about is what they're getting, how happy they are, how fulfilling everything is or not, if they're getting pleasure or not, if they are accumulating wealth or not, if they're having fun or not. If anyone threatens that, that person becomes an enemy. So I see here that the moment your person started to show signs of change, or they turned out to be a rebel, these people started to flip on. These people started to act out of their character. They might be doing that at present. That's why either it is difficult or is going to get difficult for your person to put an end to these connections. However, I see that they'll still be willing to do that, to put an end for good, because they know no matter how long it takes, it has to be done, because there's a dead end with those connections or for those people. They know it. They saw it coming for them. That's how they know it. So I see here that an ugly end to these connections is coming, is already here, and your person is going to get assisted in undertaking this task of putting an end to these connections or moving through these transitions. Divine forces are going to assist them. God is going to assist them. They'll get the guidance, assistance or support or whatever they need on their journey. They know that it's time to stand up for themselves or for what's right. They know that if they want to bring in a good change, if they want to save themselves, it's important to move on from these people. Not from you, but from these people. They might have suggested your person to move on from you and choose something or someone else over you. And they might have even done that in the past, which didn't bring in anything good in their life. So they know that it's not you, but these people or these associations they need to move on from and put an end to. I also see that your person is going to receive clarity over you or over your connection for good. So after a while, after these endings take place and they come out clean, they learn their lessons, they grieve over the losses, and there's deep change happens, profound healing takes place. They might come around, or you may bump into each other, or there might be a chance meeting. However, you shouldn't be waiting on that. The guidance for you here is that you take the spiritual path instead of a materialistic one. Keep going if you already chose one. Focus on yourself, or continue to do so if you are already doing that. Acquire as much spiritual knowledge as much as you can. Shine your light out bright as much as you can. Keep doing it if you are already doing it. Don't look at your person. Don't look at these people. Don't focus on anything they are doing or saying. Don't give them any attention. Just be on the search of the truth. Realize your true self. Help other people in doing the same, and forget about everything else which doesn't serve you and never had. I hope that you're getting my point. You have to show up for yourself. You have to turn to God continuously. You have to remain in balance or acquire the same. You have to come into this powerful, empowered, independent state or acquire one. You have to show that one can be happy even if one is all alone. You do not need such kind of people. You have to show and prove that there's a better way of living and being. There's a better way of treating other people. There's a better way of thinking and preaching. So that's all. This was your reading. I hope that you enjoyed listening to me and it brought you the clarity you were seeking and were hoping to get. If so, do let me know how you felt in the comment section below. Feel free to hit the like button and do subscribe to our channel for more such content to be readily available for all of you on a regular basis. With that being said, do not hesitate to follow through with the link given in the description box below if your heart says so. Also, if you are interested in taking a personal reading, do contact me or consult with me through way of my given email address provided in the description box below. That's all. I'll be back sooner than later. Till then, take care of yourself and your loved ones. Bye bye. Take care.